And Woody likes the crooked cock.
Are playing it in such a short period of time. Valorant has had 1.2 million people were watching it on Twitch concurrently.
Wow.
Yeah, and this I couldn't find the number right, but I think someone told me one of the streams individually had 667,000 people watching it. And it was
these Asian streamers? Like, is it popular in Korea or something?
I don't know where they were coming from. It's in closed beta right now. So
Weird.
the only way to really learn about this game is to see other people play it on Twitch. You can watch.
There's 856,000 viewers right now on Twitch.
Yeah, that's really big, right? Like, what's Call of Duty by comparison?
So the second biggest is Call of Duty Warzone, and that's 129,000.
Okay, yeah, so 7-8 times bigger. And yeah, so it's just a big thing now. People are asking me if I'm going to play it. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's well suited. It looks like it's for people whose mouse and keyboard skills are elite. That looks like the kind of person who play well at it. But I don't know. It's interesting. It's in closed beta right now. They're just testing it, getting some feedback from the streaming all-stars, and it has everybody's attention. It may replace CS:GO as the competitive shooter for the next 15 years, perhaps. We'll see.
Well, there is one channel, I guess Summit 1G, maybe that's the company that made it.
Summit's a streamer. He's very popular.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got 271,000 people watching him right now.
Yeah, I think
Christ.
Is it? Yeah, it's made by Riot Games, who's made it. And a lot of people call it a CS:GO ripoff. I don't know if that's fair. All games are derivative of each other.
It looks a lot like CS:GO.
But cartoony, right? It's like an Overwatch CS:GO-ish.
It's a little more cartoony. Not like full on Overwatch mode.
Sure, Summit won't mind if we pimp his stream, right?
This guy does not need any pimping. Holy fuck.
I guess I'm just, we're going to show his stream.
4.78 million followers
Well, he's not
on Twitch.
actually playing right now. Like he's in a menu or something.
Oh.
He's in a menu. Yeah, and he's got over 250,000 people in here.
I'm going to see if anyone's playing right now.
That's not my cup of tea, as you would say. I don't really like CS:GO. I've never really been into that. It just seems like everybody else had such a head start on that game. I like when a new game comes out and it kind of does its own thing, the way Apex Legends and the way PUBG did when it first came out, I felt. And even the way Tarkov has seemed to feel. Like Tarkov's not all that different in the gunplay than a lot of the other games that I played. Like, if anything, it's much more forgiving.
I'm told Tarkov is a little Arma-like. I didn't play Arma, so I don't know.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Arma, and I played a lot of the mods, like Overpock and stuff like that. A little bit. I think the gunplay is a lot better, honestly, in Tarkov. Arma always felt real weird to me. Like, you didn't have good feedback with what your weapon looked and felt like with what was actually happening downrange. But having played so much COD and so much PUBG and even a little bit of Apex Legends, like, the gunplay in Tarkov has always felt kind of easy. Not easy because everybody can do the same thing as me, but like not all that difficult as far as recoil control, because I've played some games where recoil control is so fucking hard. It's so fucking hard in Rust. It's so hard in Rust. That's the hardest gunplay I've ever had.
I feel like in Tarkov, it's not controllable. You can get a gun that has less recoil and do well. If you have a gun like a scav gun that has tons of recoil and blasts all over, it'll shoot across like 3 body widths, and it's not a thing that you can control with your mouse. It's just that wide. Are you disagreeing? I feel like you are in your...
No, not necessarily. I think you can control it to some extent, but a lot of the guns, you can't control it, and you're much better. Like you're much better off hitting the headshot with the shitty gun than you are trying to like control the recoil.
Yeah.
And hit the guy 5-6 times, because especially with those, if you've picked up a shitty gun in raid, the ammo is often shitty too. And it won't even matter if you can control the recoil. They might tank 5-6. They might tank 10 shots.
With the low-end gun, the meta becomes full auto is for when you're standing right next to him. Single fire is the only way to kill a guy from across the map, because full auto across the map literally will go anywhere. There's no telling. Yeah.
So, there was that's why PUBG...
I talk over you for a second.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that we're watching Dr. Lupo right now on his Twitch stream, just to give you an idea what Valorant looks like in case you've never seen it. And I was hoping that if I pimped him and said kind things, he would never copyright strike us. Go follow him.
Yeah. I don't know. That game doesn't look like it's for me. In fact, it's just not. That's not something that I would enjoy. I'm guessing it's round based like CS:GO too, and maybe there's a currency system where you're like upgrading your weapons and gear as you go.
Yes, and yes, they made an interesting improvement to the currency system. Like if you're crushing it and I'm not, then we don't even need Discord. I can request a weapon, say, "Hey, I wish I had this," and you might say, "All right, yeah, I'd rather have Woody with the proper gun than just watch him continue to suck and not help his team."
Yeah.
And there's shields you can buy, different levels. But on the screen right now is an example of what like a smoke effect might look like. You can see how it's really on and off, and the same for everyone looking at it. There's nothing subtle about where the edges are, and competitive guys seem to think that's a good idea. Would you like me to?
Yeah, it definitely is. I got it.
So we'll see if it replaces CS:GO. I think it has a chance, and I find it interesting that like. Am I wrong? CS:GO is the middle of the competitive shooter world, and it has been for a long time. Other games have come and gone, but CS:GO has always been the big deal, I think. And it might...
Yeah, there will be games that are like a big deal in my little world, but it's like, then you find out that, oh, this other game is 50 times bigger that you've never even heard of. It has its own little community. So I don't know. I know CS:GO has been a perennial, leader as far as competitive and players online and all that stuff, whereas so many other things have come and gone. So I don't know.
These characters have different special abilities, kind of Overwatchy. And it's like, this guy does what? She has a bow and arrow that goes through a wall, or this person has that's so crazy. But they don't have grenades. And if you think about it, a throwable death that is a grenade is kind of a different sort of superpower than these superpowers. Just because they look cartoony with lightning bolts and such doesn't make them like way different than a grenade, for example. And the people who play it say they're ultras or whatever they are, the alts, are not the way people kill each other. If you want to be dominant in this game, it's about clicking on the other guy's head.
Yeah, that's what I saw in the little bit I watched just a moment ago. Right, excuse me. Right now, what I'd like to play is like a cooperative campaign. I wish there was something like that out. I guess Halo, the first part of that is out, but that's not really what I want to do. I don't want to replay something I've played before. I'd like a completely new thing. I'd like something that's either fantasy or sci-fi with some RPG elements and cooperative campaign. I'd like to do that. I wish Doom was co-op campaign, because Doom was so much fun. I beat it 2 or 3 times or something like that.
How's the multiplayer? When I last asked you,
it looks very unbalanced. So it's not even so. Doom multiplayer, you might think, oh, it's the Doom Slayer versus a team of Doom Slayers, and no, it's a Doom Slayer versus demons and human